I'm Tom and this is Adult Game Reviews. This week I review Intertwined by Nyx, or Full Body Pan the Game if you haven't seen it. This is one of the weirdest reviews I've done, but before I go into that, let's go over the premise. You play an 18-year-old guy moving back in with his mother for his senior year of high school. You move out for reasons after your father gets engaged. In doing so, you meet a variety of girls. I purchased Intertwined from Nyx's Patreon and it currently has 10 chapters released. Okay, so do you guys want to see more open world games? I have debated streaming once per week on Kick. Games like Wildlife and Carnal Instinct are so hard to cover on this channel because it quite literally takes 1 million years to edit those videos. So if you're interested in checking that out, let me know down below and I can start streaming over there. Okay, have you ever played a game where it doesn't feel like a lot happens, but when you go back you realize so much has happened? Well, welcome to Intertwined. This game does its name justice. When I think of the most standard AVNs, this game is definitely going to pop up in my mind. You follow the main character's life as he moves back in to live with his mother for his senior year of high school. This game reminds me of all the shows where it's clear the actors are like 30 instead of 18. You know, except for all the mothers in this game, they all look like they're way too young to be mothers of 18-year-olds or older. But this wasn't a big deal for me. It was just kind of weird. On paper, this game should not be good, and I'll tell you why. It has no music or sound effects.
What? No, what?
There's one random scene in like chapter 5 where you have some music, but that was it for all of the 10 chapters. It was so jarring when the music popped up, I thought it was hallucinating since the entire game is silent.
I'm losing my mind.
One of my Patreon members mentioned that there are music mods you can download, but since I'm reviewing the game, I didn't want to mod it at all. There's also no consistent, coherent story. The whole AVN is a collection of events that happen as you follow the main character's life. The MC spends time in school, but most of the time is spent interacting with a handful of girls available. On top of that, there are a number of girls you interact with where there are story twists. Maybe it's because I play a lot of these games where I was able to predict almost all of the twists. There's one obvious twist that hasn't been revealed for almost the entire game, but I'm guessing it's only a matter of time. We're gonna stop the video really quick just to see if the bodies are still panning. As you can see, yep, they're still going. And at the moment, it's also really unclear if there are any consequences with the girls you pursue. As an example, you had a relationship with a girl where you were living in a different town with your dad. After you moved in with your mother, you start interacting with other girls and basically sleeping with a lot of them. One, I would argue you're actually in a relationship with. However, the girl you used to date when you were living with your father came to visit, and you had the option to jump right back into a relationship with her. Okay, I was like, that was a little strange, but after the old girlfriend leaves, you jump right back into the local relationships, and as of the end of chapter 10, there were no consequences. I have no idea if there will be, or if this is a weird harem game, because it's set up like it isn't a harem game, but I just don't know how to categorize it. And lastly, you have probably the worst male best friend in any game I've played. Oh, Zach, you are truly terrible. He's stupid, awkward, narcissistic, and jealous.
You are the worst!
As an aside, if you enjoyed the review, please like and subscribe. I just hit 2,000 subscribers. I'm really grateful for all the support. I truly love adult games, and I'm glad to find people who feel the same way. If you're interested in supporting the channel even further, I have a Patreon, or think about sending super thanks through YouTube. Either way, I really appreciate you. Okay, on paper, this AVN should suck.
What are you trying to say?
I loved it though. I was so surprised at how much I enjoyed my time with Intertwined. I for sure thought the music and sound effects would be a deal breaker for me, but they weren't really. I'm sure if you play some of your own music or get a mod, it will be even better. While I hate the fact that it really didn't have any music or sound effects, the girls, the main character, and the story were really engaging. I will totally understand if you actually don't like some of these aspects. There were random stories like a blackmail plot, training camp for a track, or even having to mow your neighbor's yard, which were all pretty fun and interesting in a very standard AVN way. You only have basic choices, and it's not entirely clear how much control you have over the story, except for some relationship decisions. There was one chapter in the middle of everything, maybe like chapter 6, that dragged a bit, but overall I was thoroughly engaged. The dialogue was pretty good. There were some minor phrasing issues that I chalk up to a language difference. The game is not supposed to take place in the United States. I thought maybe it was supposed to take place in Europe, but I really think the geographic locations are made up. I noticed some cultural differences with just how the AVN portrays high school. I mean, all the people can drink at 18. Also, the big sport is football, or soccer for all of us in the US. I noticed these differences, but I wasn't really bothered by them. Next, the game looks great. The renders are fantastic, and there's some animations here and there. I will say that every time you interact with any girl, you have a full body pan of the camera. They could be wearing the most unsexy outfit in the world, and you would get a full body pan. Oh, she's wearing a bag over her head. Time to pan up. I don't mind it, but it might occur too much. I thought all the girls were beautiful. You get some body diversity. It might seem minor, but not every girl's body is the same, and the loot content is pretty good. You get the 1,000-yard stare every once in a while, and you wonder what's going on behind their head.
What was she looking at?
But for the most part, the girls were fantastic. Layla was my favorite, and I'm really hoping they don't go in the direction I think it's going, but I have a feeling it probably will. Okay, one thing that was hard to gauge was the level of adult content. There's a lot of nudity, and if you say yes to every girl, you will get consistent lewd content, but if you choose to go after just one or two girls, there can be chunks of time without much lewd content at all. And lastly, the main character is actually one of the best looking main characters in a game I've played. He's really caring and sweet and good looking. It makes so much sense why pretty much every girl in the game gets turned on just by being around him. Okay, overall, I thought this game was fantastic, and I really didn't have high expectations after I confirmed that there was no sound effects or audio. I'm truly invested in seeing where this goes, even though I can guess most of the twists. Let me know what you thought of this review. I'm going to start changing up how I do reviews to see what people like and what they don't. If you haven't seen Emily's review of What a Legend or my top rated AVNs on Steam, you can check those out right here. Thanks again. Until next time.